TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Sharing the basketball, playing faster, and just playing with more force.
How important is it when you're the lower seeded team to get one on the road in enemy territory?
It's extremely important. No matter what seed you are, you got to win one on the road at least. And our guys accomplished that.
Yep.
Look, we still have a ton of work in front of us. This is extremely well-coached team. They're disciplined. They play hard. They play together. But it'll be good to get home and play in front of our fans at Smoothie King.
The eye scored the first basket for the Pelicans. He's been man on a mission all night long. Is this the best game you've seen him play this year?
This is one of his best, and it was on a big stage. I'm proud of that young man. He works his tail off. He's a great teammate, high character, high IQ, and he put it on display tonight.
Yeah, the all-around game for him. I see some incredible shot making, but also, the 9 assists to the 11 rebounds.
It was amazing just to see him work, and I'll just stop calling plays and let him call them. And he was getting the ball. His teammates was finding him. He hit some incredible shots. And the most important thing, though, with our group is we just kept our poise. They made some runs. We took time out. We talked about it in the huddle and just coming out and executing over and over again. And with the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game, you want to have an opportunity to win, which our guys did, and they came through in the clutch.
Yeah, we asked you about possible changes to the starting lineup, stuff with it. But had some nice moments there in the third quarter. Just what do you see from that side?
Jackson Hayes was awesome. Energy, rebounding the ball, running in transition, guarding the basketball, block shots. He was big time tonight, and we're all proud of him.
Coming out of that Clippers game, we talked about his excitement about playing on the biggest stage, showing people what he can do. I guess what did he kind of show in that second half about who he is?
He showed it. This is the biggest stage, and put it on display tonight. I mean, he did everything that you could ask him to do. He scored, he assisted, he rebounded the ball, and he just played with force. It's awesome to see.
And another thing you guys switched a lot more this game. Just how do you think that was possible?
They're incredibly good team in pick and rolls, and in order to take them out of some of those pick and rolls, we have to switch screens, and we'll continue and show them different coverages. But tonight, we did what we needed to do on the defensive end. Extremely nice. He started to get it going a little bit late once again in the fourth quarter, but thank God we were able to contest some shots and get him inside the three-point line. That's what it's going to come down to. At the end of the game, we have to execute on both ends of the floor. And tonight we did that.
Going back to, you said you had 7 or 8 playoff games, including the play-in. How much, in particular, did those experiences, late season play-in, help you tonight in the fourth quarter when they're trying to make their comeback?
Those games were extremely important. We're blessed that we were in the play-in hunt because our last, like I said, 5 to 7 games had a playoff type of feel. And our guys got that experience going into the play-in, which helped us. And then we won 2 big games, one at home, one on the road. We're ready for this moment. And that's what I continue to tell them. Just keep believing in each other, stay grounded, keep working. Most importantly, continue to keep God first in what we do.
You believe me, on October 1st, Jose Alvarado playoff minutes in the fourth quarter, the way he's been right now?
Yes, I would have. I seen it from those guys when they first started in summer league that they were going to continue to just add to our program. And Jose, Herb, Trey, Najee, Kyra, Jackson, all those guys were there, and we saw it right away.
So did CJ. What did you see from him in the second half, kind of complimenting the
That's what they do. Those guys are shot makers. We knew that we were not going to shoot the ball, 30 whatever percent we shot in the first game for the rest of the series. So we just got in the gym, we stayed with it, and you put the ball in Brandon and CJ's hand, and they'll make plays for you.
Most threes we've had maybe this year. Is that a conscious thing of more than?
I think it was a combination. We were taking what they were giving us, but also we understand that they're packing the paint, and we have to shoot the ball when we're open. They're loading up on Brandon and loading up on CJ at times, and when they make that pass, guys have to be ready to 0.5 mentality, shoot the ball, drive it, pass it, and we did that.
When you said you let him start calling plays, what point in the game was that, and what made you decide to make that decision?
He just had it going. When he has it going, you get out the way and let his talent take over, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, a little more to that. I think, the UMBI, there's a great deal of trust both ways. How is that established for you guys, so quickly, how is that such a strong relationship for you?
Once again, keeping God as our foundation, number one, and then 2, having an open line of communication. Anything that he sees, we're texting in the middle of the night, talking about the game, talking about adjustments. I'm doing the same thing with he and CJ, sending them clips. And we're just working towards being the best that we can be and holding each other accountable.
And I know you like to pass the spotlight, but your first career playoff win in this building against that team with your history, that has to feel pretty good, right?
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for, once again, our guys. They went out and played incredible. I'm not on the floor doing any of that work. That's them. That's the people that, traded and drafted guys to get them here and brought in high character. David Griffin, Trajan Langdon, Swing Cash, our coaching staff. I really don't want the credit. I want the credit to go to them because they go on the floor and they do it every game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Post-Game Report. Much love to the flock. Appreciate each one of you guys for chiming in on this installment of the Pelican Post-Game Report. A very successful and happy Pelican Post-Game Report as the Pels take care of business against the Phoenix Suns in this one, man. 125 to 114. Great effort by the team today, by the Pels. Man, they handled that damn business today, didn't they, fam? They handled the business. I'm Big Q chiming on this installment. We got my co-host DC in the building as well. Terrific win by the Pelicans. We talked about it in the game 1 recap that there was no way the Pelicans were going to come out and play as flat as they did in the first game, third quarter, besides the point. But this one's a much better effort. And the Pelicans still have a few things to clean up. But, boy, they went in there, man, and they really handled business and got the Suns' attention in this matchup. And the best thing you can ask for, DC, outside the Pelicans going 2-0, is to break those up and go 1-1 as we come back to the Smoothie King Center. The pressure's on Phoenix, man. But let's get to this one tonight, my friend.
Yeah, man, that the series just started, bro. They say the series don't start till somebody lose at home, man, and it happened tonight. A lot of nonsense is gonna be spewed about, oh, Devin Booker got hurt and all of this. Well, Zion been hurt too. And what? What's your excuse? So I don't want to hear none of that. But we ain't here for that. Us in the flock, we just watched Bi become a full grown man tonight. Not saying he wasn't, but yeah, he that guy, man. 37, 11, and 9. Man, that's crazy. When the team needs you, after Devin Booker dropped 31 in the first half, he come back and drop 24. Man, it's crazy. I wonder if he was trying to give a tribute to Kobe because he was looking like him at certain points tonight. Little Kobe mixed with KD, and he did it on a bum ankle, man. The dude, he rolled his ankle up and was out there limping noticeably, and he ain't come out the game. Devin Booker, he had to go sit down, man. But great effort from the whole team, though. Wasn't just Bi. Jackson Hayes, you heard Coach talking about him, man. He was amazing, creating that spark, man. He had 6 points. It was like 2 or 3 straight dunks in a row, and played amazing defense all night. You saw the block after McHale blocked him, obviously, but more than that, just with how bad Chris Paul's night was. Some of that was on Jackson Hayes, you know what I mean? Because he was getting switched on him, man. He was doing an excellent job defending him. And Herb Jones stepped up to the occasion, did what he did. Great to see Jose Alvarado closing out the game, man, and making those little things work for us, getting the ball up court fast, man, keeping them off balance, not being able to get in their sets, not allowing them to put all the pressure on Bi and CJ because he was able to take the ball out their hands and do some point guard duties when we need it, man. You had a lot of different guys step up, man. Trey Murphy hit some threes tonight. You know what I mean? It was all hands on deck. Larry Nance came in and gave you some buckets off the bench, man. It was a complete team win all the way across the board, man. Even Najee Marshall, he didn't really score, but played defense. Everybody came, showed up, they had it on their mind, and they got a W in Phoenix, man. This is big. Second playoff game for this team, and they beat the number 1 team in the league at home. Injury to Booker or not, I don't give a shit. Like that's major, man. We watching them grow and blossom right in front of our eyes, man. This is huge. This is a major step forward. And now we got to see if we can seize the moment because why stop here? You know what I mean? Don't be satisfied with this win on the road. We still playing with house money, man. Let's go for the whole trifecta. You know what I mean? We go back home, we take both of those home and be up 3-1. That's what I'm looking at, and that's what I'm hoping to see from the Pels.
Yeah, Bi was one statistic off from a triple-double in this, and he had it going, man. You heard what Coach Willie said. He just let Bi call the plays and got the hell out the way and let his talent take over. He handled the business tonight, and Bi handled the business indeed, man.
The family even shouting out Devontae Graham, man. Devontae Graham got in there, hit a floater, and had a block, man. Yeah. Everybody contributed tonight, man.
That they did, man. The Pelicans
JB
did a hell of a
too. He
job
got a
today.
bunch of rebounds. Offensively, it's a little rough for him, but he got a bunch of rebounds.
It was definitely a much improved game. This one here, as the Pelicans go split the series with this team. Let's get, and before we get to that, brother Thomas, thank you for your super chat. Said we scored 34 first half points the last game and said we would we would get swept. So yeah, and then they see the faces laughing right there. Yeah, and most of them guys, if you've seen the post game, they were upset. You can see in Charles Barkley's face.
I got to give credit to Shaq. Shaq didn't look upset.
No, Shaq was surprised.
Kenny Smith, he gave us a little shout out. But Charles Barkley, that former son, boy, he was some upset, boy.
He should be upset.
He was some upset. And Ernie up there talking about, well, Devin Booker was hurt, man. Nobody care about that shit, man.
Well, the
playoffs, man.
The reporter started that off. And I was telling my girl that the reporter started that off by just mentioning Booker when she was interviewing Ingram. So I mean, that's the agenda that they're gonna run with. They don't have a brain. B-Mac, what's up, fam? What's up? Go Pels.
Appreciate you, BM McCray.
Thank you, fam. Appreciate you, B-Mac. Much love. All right, fam, let's get into this.
I said BM McCray, I'm tripping.
All right, let's get into the statistics for the night. Pels 125, 114. They shot 46 of 84 for 55% from the field. They were 17 of 30 for almost 57%. There, the Pelicans were on it tonight, man. They took smarter shots, man. They were hitting the shots
Yeah.
with more confidence. You can see after some rest, they were fresher and were able to compete. Imagine if we had an extra day of rest in that first game, what it would have looked like. 55% shooting from the field for the Pels versus 50% shooting by the Suns, 43-86. And then you look at 17 of 30 from downtown for 56.7 versus 13 to 35 for 37.1% by the Suns. Pelicans were a lot better at the charity stripe, family. 16 of 20 for 80% from the charity stripe versus 15 of 18 by the Suns. 43 rebounds this game versus 33 by the Suns, 11 offensive. They got the 30-plus assists that they always champion for, Coach Willie. 32 versus 26, advantage Pelicans. 9-7 on the steals is the Suns. 6-3 on the blocks, that's the Pelicans. They had 17 turnovers with 28 points off versus 13 turnovers by the Suns with 12 points off. Got to clean that up a little bit next time around. Fast break points, 16-9 by the Pelicans. Points in the paint, 46-44 by the Suns, but the Pelicans had it cooking everywhere else. The largest lead was 8 by the Pels, 11 by the Pels, 8 by the Suns in the matchup. So a lot of very impressive stats in this one, DC, to be honest with you. The 55% shooting from the field, the 56.7% shooting from downtown was probably the most impressive stat of the night for the Pelicans. Yeah. And even the 80% that they shot on 16 of 20 from the charity stripe versus the 50-something odd percent that they shot in the first matchup, all improvements across the board with the Pelicans. So DC, what a great night of a great night of rest would get you, as the Pelicans had fresher legs and more confidence in this matchup as we had pushed past these Suns. Analysis.
Yeah, man. It's amazing what a night of rest can do, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, they came out with it on their mind, man. Obviously, you pointed out the 3-point percentage, 56%. That is amazing for anybody, let alone just the Pels. So for them to be able to do that is extremely impressive. BI shot 100% from the line, and I mean, some of them were some tough shots, man, and big shots, and he hit them. Man, it just seems like when the pressure rises with this team, they just find a way, man. They get stronger and they adapt and they do whatever they got to do to win. So I love that. I love that. The rebounds, obviously, you know what I'm gonna go to, because that's huge in this series, man. The Pels are dominating the boards. They're dominating them on the boards, man. We got 43 tonight to their 33, so we plus 10 right there. Got 11 offensive to their 8. And I'm more than sure we had more second chance points than them as well. So that's huge, man. And the last thing I'll point out that really, tells the story, 32 assists. 32 of them assists, man. We all know it. Y'all hear Willie say it. We see when the Pels play like this and they're willing to share the ball and trust each other, they can beat anybody. I mean, none of us are surprised that they won this game tonight, man. We watched it all year, and you've seen them doing this. It's just they weren't ever able to put it together for 4 quarters. They wasn't always able to put it together for a stretch of games. But now I think it's a little different with the playoffs because, sometimes you get those bigger breaks and a lot more rest in between. And I think with this, man, just having that extra time with Coach and these guys being locked in, the sky's the limit. They can definitely take this series, man, and they can take it in convincing fashion, especially if Devin Booker has a hamstring injury. We all watched how that affected BI and how long he was out. So hopefully, I know I'm not supposed to hope this, but I want him to play because I think the Pels still can beat him with him, and it'd be a lot more respect with that because I don't want him to have no damn excuses saying nothing. But 32 assists, man, 56% from 3-point line, and the 43 rebounds tell the story from the team statistics to me.
Yeah, this was awesome, man. Love these statistics, man. When the Pelicans, like you said, when they play like that, it's difficult. It's damn near impossible to beat that club. But we know that Booker was lighting them up in the first half, but I'm telling you, in the second half, that wouldn't have been the case. The adjustments would have been made. You can see how the Pelicans were playing defensively. The only knock on it you could say about the Pelicans is that the turnovers. But despite the turnovers, the Pelicans still was able to push past this team in double digits and handle the business. They had a strong second half, complete strong second half, outscoring them in both quarters, 34-22 in the third, which is the biggest there. And then, of course, the fourth quarter closing them out 35-31 to ultimately get it 125-114. So, man, it's a terrific game, man, to be honest with you. I'm so proud of the Pelicans, how they played in this game, because everybody's counting the Pelicans out. They think they'll be one of the teams that'll be just a little cleanup work for the Phoenix Suns, just like what happened with Miami just washing out Atlanta. They're up 2-0 on them as the series switched to Atlanta. So we the Pelicans. We not the goddamn Hawks. So bottom line, we're gonna handle business. Anyway, let's get into it. This is the individual statistics family. Ingram led the way with a monster effort by Ingram in this matchup, man. So proud of BI's effort. Almost a triple-double, man, in this playoff contest. One statistic shy of a triple-double. One more assist would have gotten him that. 37. This man had 37 points, fam, in 39 minutes of action. 13 of 21 from the field. He was perfect from downtown, 3 of 3. He was perfect from the charity stripe, 8 of 8. He had 37 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, a block, and plus 18 on the plus minus. Absolutely just on another level of play for BI in the playoffs in game number 2. He really, really brought it and carried this team. And of course, you see CJ McCullough with his effort, he got involved and started lighting them up too in the second half. 23 points in 40 minutes for CJ. 7 of 18 from the field, 6 of 10 from downtown, 6 3-pointers by C-Mac today. 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. He had 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists himself. He was a couple of statistics off a triple-double. Pelicans were awesome, man. The defense was there as well. And, of course, the other scorer there outside of the big two was Herb Jones. 14 points from him. He had a stellar defensive effort today. 14 points in 41 minutes, which is the most played in this game. Despite his 4 personal fouls, Herb played 41 minutes. He was 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown, hitting 2 3-pointers that really helped facilitate the team and help the team out in a big way. He was doing this thing. He had a rebound, a couple of assists, and throwing in that 3 assists, but he really handled the business on defensively and switching and handling things. Herb was cool. 14 points, 10 for Big V in the matchup with 13 rebounds in 26 minutes of action, 4 of 9 there. A lot better effort from Big V, his defense there, handling it and doing this thing there. And off the bench, 13 points for Larry Nance, who continues to step up. Boy, Larry Nance has been huge for the Pelicans since he's come here. And he's really playing some heavy-handed minutes off the bench, 21 minutes, 13.6 rebounds, a couple of assists there. Really smart play, but really what I really love about Larry Nance is his offensive rebound acumen, his defense hanging around the ball, the goal, knowing when to tip and everything. I mean, Larry Nance, spectacular for the Pelicans off the bench. Jackson Hayes finished with 9 points in 20 minutes, 4 of 7 from the field. Got going in there, had a couple of blocks, just exciting blocks, a couple of dunks as he got going running in around the court there. 9 from Trigger Trey Murphy. He had 3 3-pointers. I mean, 3 3-pointers today, 3 or 5 from the charity stripe, from downtown. For 9 points in the matchup, he was hitting some daggers to help the Pelicans move this thing. Jose Alvarado, 8 points in 17 minutes. He was perfect from the field and from downtown. Big shots by Jose. He even had a steal in that thing along with 3.
Yeah, he was straight to close that door, bro.
Man, it wasn't the same thing, same fate. But listen, the Pelicans' young players are stepping up and handling the business. We talking Herb, we talking Trey, we talking Jose, we talking even guys like Najee Marshall, Jackson Hayes. Those guys are stepping up as BI and CJ McCollum carry the heavyweight. Big V showing up. Even though he had 10 and 13 a day, he was big in there and as far as the defense is concerned. So I just want to say the Pelicans played their ass off today. And despite they're going to say they're going to try to steal some thunder off the Pelicans win because of Booker not playing in the second half. He finished with 31 points, and he was a top scorer right there. Nobody else to get the cooking. Chris Paul didn't have that 30-point game. He had 17 in 36 minutes, 19 from Bridges in this thing. And then, of course, they had 11 from Cam Johnson off the bench, 10 from McGee off the bench. Not enough. Pelicans split and head to New Orleans with the next game. Carlton, thank you. Says BI is the guy. Total player all around. I got his jersey. Now where Perk at? Perk is going to try to jump on
Perk
the
on
bandwagon.
that talking about he's happy for BI. He really showed him something tonight and all of this stuff.
Man,
He
carry
came and
on,
said
man.
he's a Pelican fan now and all
No,
that.
no,
after
no, no.
the
Carry on,
game.
Perk. No,
Yeah.
Perk.
He
Carry
tried
on,
to
Perk.
jump on. He tried to jump on a bandwagon after the Clippers game,
Nah,
and
Perk,
all the
carry on.
Pelicans fans was all in his shit.
Carry on, Perk. Carry on. I'm gonna use your own shit against you. Carry on. Carry your big sorry ass on. All right, DC.
Right.
Let's get into the statistics right here, man. I ran down a lot of great stats here. Let's talk who you like, bro.
Man, I mean it's pretty obvious tonight. To be honest, man, that's almost like if I don't mention somebody, it's almost like doing a disservice, man. I liked everybody tonight, so I just want to start off and say that. Even my guy Najee Marshall, who has 0 points, I liked what he gave tonight too. You know,
Defensive
everybody came out, was focused, was locked in, man, knew the assignment and completed the mission, man. So I liked all of them, to be honest. But I'm gonna cut the list down. I'm gonna say, shit, man, it's hard to cut it to 4. But I'm gonna have to cut it at 4. I'm gonna have to cut it at 4. So starting off with BI, obviously, you know what I mean. BI 37 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, a steal and a block. That's crazy, man. I mean, the only thing you can look at on this stat sheet, if you want to cherry pick something, is say, oh, he had 4 turnovers, and I don't really care about that shit. Like BI came, hit huge shots, basically closed the door on them, because the Pels could have fumbled this away, you know, at the end of the game, and BI was the guy down the clutch, man, that they looked to and closed the door. And obviously, you know, our role players doing their job and hitting their shots, man. And you had Herb still flashing down on the other end, having some crucial free throws, and I think he had another layup, you know, while they was lax. So, man, BI tonight, though, everything was running through him at the end of the game, man. And to do what he did, like I said, after I seen him roll his ankle and a lot of his speed and athleticism obviously went away for a little while. Looked like he got it back later in the game, obviously, whatever they wrapped it or whatever. But man, he looked like he had it on his mind, man. There was no way BI was gonna let us lose this game tonight. That's what I saw. I saw superstar. You know what I mean? I've been saying I saw superstar in BI all game. I'm just happy the rest of the world could see it. And he could kind of get his just due. I know everybody's saying that, but it's true. It's true, man. This dude has been slighted all year. There's no way he shouldn't have been in the All-Star game. So for him to come out in the playoffs and have this type of performance is, man, it's great. You know, it's legendary, really. You know, especially if we go on to win this series, man. This will be one of those moments that you look back to. We got to start thinking of a nickname for this, because if they sweep, if not sweep the Suns, but if they beat them, you know what I mean, we can't call them the We Believe team. So we got to figure out something, because it look like that's that way it might be going. So the next guy, obviously, the silent assassin, Mr. CJ McCollum, because he was looking like he had a little bit of an off game in the beginning of this game, man, and he straightened that shit right on up.
Man.
Went out and got you 6 3-pointers, you know what I mean? Got you 23 points, 9 assists, and got you a block. You know, CJ was out there living his best life in the shadow of BI. But every time we needed something, man, just when you thought the Suns would creep right in, I noticed that CI get activated real quick, man, real quick. He hit a 3. He do something every time they looked like they was trying to gain some momentum, man. So shout out to him, man, for knowing when when to try to step in and do his thing, man, and actually put up a nice stat line after it was looking a little rough for him, kind of to start the game. So big game from CJ McCollum, man. Big game for BI. They dominated that second half, man. I think it was something like between them two, they accounted for like 59 points or something crazy like that in the second half. So huge reason why we won this game, man. Couldn't have done it without him. The next guy I wanna talk about is Herb Jones. Herb Jones, man. Herb. I was trying to decide between Herb and Larry Nance, but I got to mention Herb. Herb went out there, man. They was leaving him open on the 3-point line, knocked down a couple of them, proved them wrong. Did his thing defensively. Was getting matched up on Chris Paul. Tried to put that fire out on Devin Booker. Offensively, he brought it tonight. He gave you 14 points, 3 assists. Only 1 rebound. But between Big V and BI, shit, there ain't many more rebounds left in CJ. So missed a couple of free throws. But other than that, man, Herb had a solid-ass game, man. He was huge, switching on everybody and just playing amazing defense. And then when he gives you 14 points on top of what he already does, man, that is a double win. He basically canceled out Mikal Bridges, who had a pretty solid game. But Herb Jones doing what he did and still giving us what he gives us on the defensive end was able to basically cancel him out. So good game from Herb, man. Played the most minutes on the team tonight. And it's crazy that dude is a rookie, man. He played like an old seasoned vet, man. So shout out to Herb, man. Can't wait to see what he do when he get back in the blender, man, with that crowd behind him and they really turn up the defensive intensity. Next guy I want to shout out is obviously Mr. Larry Nance Jr. Man, that was a very impactful 21 minutes he gave us. Huge spark off the bench. The dude can do no wrong in my eyes, man. He just finds a way to make plays, man. He had 3 turnovers, a couple of bad passes. But other than that, he was pretty much solid, man. Just very smart out there with the basketball. Plays good defense too. Gave 13 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. In only 21 minutes. Shit, what more can you ask for, man? This dude is a great guy to put in the lineup once you take out a guy like Jackson Hayes. I got to give a shout out to him, man. Brought the energy tonight. But Larry Nance is phenomenal, man. He's gonna be huge in this series, and as you can see in the last game, it was him that was a big part of that run we had in the third quarter that built up the momentum for us to be able to win this game tonight, man. So shout out to him, and shout out to all the rest of the Pels, man. Great ball from all of y'all. Jose Alvarado too, man. Perfect on the night. It's crazy, man. You could pick any one of these guys off the bench and say something great about Trey Murphy as well. So just great overall team game, man. And I can't wait till Friday, getting that weekend. We're gonna be in the blender, man, and come double back on Sunday and get to see this, man. This is gonna be some exciting basketball. This is more than I could have ever asked for when the season started. I never thought we would be here once Zion got hurt to be facing a team like Phoenix and doing what we're doing, man. This is truly special.
Yeah, this is awesome, man. To be honest with you, DC, to watch what the Pelicans are doing, man, is truly amazing and spectacular, all in the same light, man. Love what I'm seeing from the Pelicans, but then again, we, like you said, we've been noticed. We've been talking about the Pelicans all season long, and I think we're in the 5th or 6th season of talking about the Pelicans here and running it. And we knew early on that the talent was there. They just had to figure it out. It was a long, winding road where, some people get in there and they hit that mark and in 10 games and 20 games, 30, and they 40, 50 wins. Our road wasn't that smooth. We had some bumps and bruises, but look what you got. You found some people, didn't you? You found Jose. You found Najee. You brought in some help with CJ McCollum, and Larry Nance, who was a big part of the trade that has really paid some dividends, man. He has been special for the Pelicans in the play-in and now in the playoffs. Larry Nance brings it. And I just love what kind of team we got here. And it's ran by the love doctrine of Coach
Yeah,
Willie.
shout out to Coach, man. I ain't say that.
Coach
Shout
Willie.
out to Willie Green, man.
Willie Green.
Excellent game plan, excellent motivation, having those guys ready to play tonight.
I told DC, I told you, and in Monty, I heard Monty speaking on the. They played him on the little coach speak segment they have before the game, in between the gameplay, and he says, "All I hear Willie saying is, what he was saying, run, 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 run." So he was talking about pace. So they understand, man, what time this is, and like I said before, the Pelicans, man, are a team that knows that Coach Willie knows the Suns, and they have some pretty good matchups, man. The Pelicans, and I keep saying it over and over again, the only thing that can stop the Pelicans is the Pelicans. We play like this, fam, when we shoot 50-something, 55 or whatever it was from the field, and 50-something plus % from downtown, and 80% from the charity stripe, you're gonna win a lot of games in the playoffs handling the business like that. You got to clean up a few more of these rim runs that we're doing, these couple of rotations that we do that are problematic. But outside of that, man, the Pelicans stay focused. We should be able to hit on something special in these playoffs and make some noise, man. Pelicans gonna shock the world, baby. We're gonna shock the world. What you got, DC?
Nola, baby. See, I'm telling y'all, Zion asked Griff to print the contract in the Suns locker room.
He enjoying himself watching them.
Oh yeah,
on
man.
the side, man.
Smiles, man.
He enjoying it watching the Pelicans play, and he is. I know he's really antsy to get on the floor of the Pelicans and watch them do.
We haven't ruled them out, so maybe we see him this series, maybe we don't. But let's say hypothetically, the Pels get past the Suns. Does Zion play next series?
Stakes are higher.
And a bigger hypothetical, is it even more probable if we go 5-1, which would be almost, I don't know if I believe that, but if we go 5-1 and put them out, does that really up our chances of Zion actually playing?
Just don't know about Zion, man.
Looking at possibly a Memphis team, or I believe the Warriors, if I'm not mistaken.
So many mixed issues coming out of the Pelicans. You're hearing that. I mean, he's healthy enough to dunk the ball and run around.
They had a video of him today playing. It looked like a regular 5-on-5 basketball game.
It's difficult, DC, to look at
Very,
it because
very.
they spinning different stories from different ways. It's saying that he's cool in the role of just playing next year, even though they have not.
They've never ruled him out for the year. I don't understand why you do that. Unless that's just a strategy we're using to keep the other team of thinking about him playing.
I don't know. I simply don't know. I simply don't know. You know, the Zion card. I think right now we have a good enough team to compete. People don't realize how good the Pelicans are. They really don't understand how good the Pelicans are. They really don't. You see what the Pelicans did tonight against the Phoenix Club, and they're going to keep throwing the card, the Devin Booker card at you, but that don't make a difference. Players get hurt all the time. You know, you have to step the hell up and play. And besides, they've won games without Devin Booker.
If B.I. got hurt, we wouldn't have got no excuse.
No, wouldn't have got.
Just would have talked about how great Phoenix was.
Yeah. So one way or the other, they're going to talk about Phoenix. One way or the other, they're going to uplift Phoenix because the Pelicans, they don't have no stake in the game when it comes down to the Pels. But that's all right. We got you. We got the business. But anyway, it's just what it is right now. The Pelicans are really good. CJ McCollum operating there. They have a bench now. They're playing well together. Like I said, the only thing that can stop the Pelicans is the Pelicans. That's bottom line. The Pelicans have to clean up some of those defensive rotations and those switches. And they hit that high clip on that free throw, man. Listen, we're gonna be fine. It's gonna be tough for Phoenix to come in New Orleans. Listen, you split with them. That's one of the best things that you can do outside of coming into the Smoothie King Center up 2 games to none. You split with them. And now you bring them here, and the pressure's on Phoenix being the top seed. So the Pelicans did what they were supposed to do in that regard. Now they come in here. Now how good the Pelicans with the sea of red and all of the atmosphere of basketball in the Big Easy on Friday. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a few games off, a few days off where the Pelicans can
Got the
get
No
some
Limit
rest.
Soldiers in there, I think,
Man,
before the game, huh?
let me
I know
tell you
Master P
something.
them got a
Let
concert.
me.
I don't know if they pushed it back or pushed it up.
I heard about that. I don't know. I don't know the time either. But yeah, I'm telling you, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome, and I'm gonna say it's going to be even better than the playoff series in 2018. And that was a pretty damn good team you had there. But
Yeah.
look what you got here. You got CJ McCollum's veteran edge in there operating the one and the grittiness of it. And like we said, the first round picks will have to step up and contribute for the Pelicans to have success this season. We kept saying that. Well, look what's happening. All of your first round picks are contributing. Jackson Hayes is doing this thing. Trigger Trey Murphy's handling business. Herb Jones is not a first round pick. He's a second round pick, but you might as well make him a first round pick the way he's playing.
First round pick.
You know, Jose Alvarado has developed this as something special. Has just awesome. Just awesome. Even Nigel Marshall feeding off of it. Larry Nance gives him respectability, intelligence, defensive play. It's so many great things. And I'm still looking for that big game from Big V coming up too as well. So I mean, he gonna wear out.
Man,
Ankton.
he having a rough go at it, man. But
Ankton is
he
doing all kind
actually
of stuff
looked better
pushing on.
tonight.
He did.
He looked better
but
tonight.
He didn't
even
get
though
a
his
lot of
stats
those
wasn't.
fouls, DC, where Ankton was pushing on him and the referee.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, the man shoving him. What you and he's still, hacking him underneath. But sooner or later
Home
he gonna
cooking,
catch
bro.
fire.
Let's see if we can get some.
Hope so, man. We don't usually get it, but hopefully we can get some down here, man. I just want them to call a fair game. Just call a fair game. They're gonna.
Well, they only gonna give us so many fouls, man. Once we get about 25 fouls, they're like, all right, that's enough. It don't matter what they're doing. You only gonna get 25, 26 fouls. This is what we're giving you. If you had Zion, we might bump it up to 31. But I don't care how many times they foul you. This is how many we're gonna call. That's basically what it is, man. So if you Phoenix and you know that, you just you got to pick your spots when you're willing to risk it, and when you're not, because they might call it like they might not, right? So, but the Pels don't really have that luxury, man. You got to almost play perfect. They gonna call a foul on you. It's the number one team in the league. You're supposed to lose in everybody's eyes, including the referees. So I think they call a game from that point. But when the Pels play the way they play, it's like how you gonna penalize that? You know what I mean? Like these guys are playing their ass off, so you're really not giving them no reason to be able to put you in that bag, man. As you see, they only got 18 fouls tonight.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the Suns are going to be angry. They're going to be upset. They're going to come out more focused because they were believing the hype that they was just going to just walk right through the Pelicans like we was going to give up. But we done earned their respect. That we done knocked them off in their building. They thinking about coming back here and returning the favor. And of course, let's get into that, man. Game 3 DC doesn't pop up here until Friday. So the next one is Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Pelicans Suns is going down. The series switched to the Smoothie King Center. It's going to be an absolute awesome affair of epic proportion. It's going to be fun. Pelicans going to welcome in them Suns and attempt to kind of take the series lead, as it were, and the Pelicans have been playing really well at home as of late, man. So this is going to be fun, man. The Pelicans love playing home. Matchup indicator still giving the Suns 56 to 44% there, as you can see. The Pelicans
that's a little better than I expected. I thought it'd probably be like 73 to 27 or something.
Right. So we're looking at Booker. Booker is definitely going to more than likely be back for the matchup on Friday, leading this thing. So DC is going to be an interesting affair at the Smoothie King Center. How did the Pelicans get the victory, baby? How did we keep it in the right direction? And hit the like button, family, for those who are in the building. Feel free to hit upon the like button if you like the stream, if you like what the Pelicans are doing. The Pelican Postgame Report. Hit the damn like button if you hadn't. Light it up if you're not a subscriber. Hit the subscribe button and share the show on your social media feed as well. Do that for your boys. All right, DC. Win against these Suns in Game 3, taking the series lead. How do we get it?
Well, first and foremost, depending on whether Book plays or not, I mean that changes everything. You can be a lot more aggressive with how you're gonna guard Chris Paul, and he's obviously gonna be looking to, kind of get off this next game if they don't have Book. They need him to try and be that guy that he was in the fourth quarter of game one. So I wouldn't change a lot, you know, even if Book comes back. Maybe how we guarded Book in the first half, you'd have to reconsider that. I know they got a two-headed monster with Chris Paul and Book, so you can't allow both of them to kill you. But at the same time, how do you trap both of them without one being wide open, right? And then you still got to contend with the rest of their role players that aren't exactly chopped liver, especially a guy like Cam Johnson. Once they put him in the game, I mean, I don't think I've seen him miss any open threes. Like, you just can't give him open threes. He's basically like Trey Murphy. He's a damn good shooter in his own right. So got your work cut out for you, but without D Book playing, obviously it becomes a lot easier. We have to run. That's one thing I think we noticed tonight. We have to run. Willie talked about energy and pace. They got to keep that up. Like, that's not just a strategy or play calling. That's just how you got to play to be able to beat this team, man. We're a lot faster than them. They can't keep up that same pace with us. We have more athletes than they do. Chris Paul obviously becomes a negative at that point. Once you keep running, he can't impact defensively like how he would. He's not allowed to use his basketball intelligence if he's always trying to run and catch up. That ain't nobody at the age he at who's trying to run behind these goddamn young guys all game. So running, obviously, man, when we see the traps coming, getting the ball out quick like we did tonight, not letting them set their defense, keeping them off balance, I think that leads to another victory. That's right, Jeffrey. Ball movement, man. Ball movement. We got to trust each other. That's how we got the W tonight. BI and CJ were a little leery in game one of actually trusting their teammates with guys being wide open. Jackson Hayes, they passed it to him, even though he had a wide open three. He didn't make it, but just the fact they passed it to him tonight. When in game one, he had several looks at it, man, and nobody got him the ball. So Herb, they kept giving it to him. He hit a couple of threes tonight. They looking for Trey now. That's great. They're looking for Trey behind that 3-point line, and the Suns are looking for him too. So that is very, very great. And the aspect, I see Sergeant King, young, fresh legs. Yeah, and the aspect that we get 2 days of rest before it's game day, I think is huge for this team, man. That allows us to be able to go out and do, what we did again, because we're the team that needs the rest. Phoenix just coming off of resting for God knows how long, 11 days or something
8
crazy.
days.
Like that. Right. So the fact that we get 2 days of rest, it kind of evens the odds a little bit, because they really don't need no rest, man. They coming off a bunch of rest. So all of those things, man, I think leads to a Pelicans victory. I don't think it's any way they beat us at home with how crazy the blender gonna be. They're gonna get all chewed up, man. Ain't gonna be no goddamn sunlight. No. It's gonna be a goddamn eclipse. So we getting that win game 3. Game 4 is where I think it gets a little crazy, man. It's gonna take a Herculean effort to kind of get them game 4, because their back will be against the wall, and you're probably gonna see one of Phoenix's best games in game 4. But game 3, I think we're able to get it. It's gonna be tough, obviously, but just the added edge of the crowd, along with the 2 days rest and being at home, man, I think it's just too much for Phoenix to be able to overcome.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Listen, Phoenix is very good. I expect Booker to be ready to go too. But let me tell you something, man. This is gonna be a tough ass game, man, for the Suns, man. The Pelicans environment, the Smoothie King Center is gonna be on fire. It's gonna be super electric in there. I mean, listen, I can't tell you how, having Big V and all of them coming home. That'll be the first playoff game, not the play-in, but the playoff game that we had here since 2018. And arguably the team that we're putting on the court is better than the previous team that we had in 2018. McCollum running the Big V. Those guys are top guys in their positions, or inside the top 10 at their positions. They are special. And of course, BI's mentality, DC, almost a triple double tonight. CJ flipped into supporter role. And it's almost seamless how one goes before the other.
They
One
just
guy
look at
takes
how
the
the
lead.
defense going, bro. They're like, no, you know
No, you
what?
know
I'm gonna
what?
be
You
point
take
guard
over.
right now. No,
Right.
you know what? No, I'm gonna be point guard right now.
Y'all
And
notice that
it's crazy how they do that, man.
seamless, DC, because in
And then it
prior,
was like, oh, you know what? Neither one of us gonna be point guard right now. Jose Alvarado, come over here. You know
it's
what I mean?
crazy,
Like
man.
it's crazy,
It
man, how they did that.
makes them hard to kind of put a beat onto how they operate. No selfishness. When BI was asked by Jen Hill, not Jen, that wasn't Jen, that was I forgot the lady from
I don't know the lady's name. I know you're talking about.
Allie Mick, whatever her name is. But when she was asked about his individual performance, his response was about the team. You know, as the team. That was the mentality. And of course, BI has now elevated his game to stardom level, superstardom level, and it's totally become unselfish. Remember, we used to talk about that all the time here about BI clicking, getting in that position when he's trying to click the team to a win and it wouldn't work. So at some point in time, man, is now with Willie teaching him the watching of the film and understanding him, calling them and allowing him to call plays. That was big for Willie to reveal that tonight too, that he just got out of the way and let BI's talent do the thing. And the man almost had a massive triple double, carried the team today, was fall away shots was falling, his 3-pointers was falling, he was perfect from the charity stripe. He could do no wrong.
10-point passing too.
He could do no wrong tonight. BI, you know, so I mean, let me tell you something. Really proud of the Pelicans
Great
tonight.
defense as well from BI.
Yeah.
I don't
He
think we
was
mentioned that, but he
he
played real
was
good defense too.
offensive defense. He was there, man. He was there. And the team overall, this is the team we thought about when people were saying it was a lottery team. You're telling you have some faith. There's still a lot of games to let this be a lesson to the faithful about team development. This team has reached a level and they still not done yet. You think they're gonna let the Suns push them out the door this easy? People don't understand the dumbasses like Max Kellerman, who's a boxing guy and not anything else, is saying dumb stuff. Perkins is an idiot. The rest of these guys, the Stephen A. Smith is an idiot. He's a moron. He wants the Knicks and Philadelphia teams to always try to win it. You know, that's what he cares about. The Lakers, anybody that got a Hollywood star on them or somebody like that, he pushes. But in terms of the Pelicans, they don't understand how really good the Pelicans are because they don't take the time to study upon the team like the rest of us do that know that you're working with something. And we know eventually Zion will come back, but we're not worrying about Zion right now. We got a team on the floor right now good enough to push into the second round. I'm telling y'all, this team is improving. You're seeing them. They will improve. And the more wins they get, the more confident they get that they can play with the Phoenix Suns, who was a 64-game winner, the best in the NBA, and the Pelicans upset the people on their own goddamn court tonight to switch the series to New Orleans at 1-1. The pressure's on their asses to show up and handle the business, and it will not be easy. You will not be easy. It will not be easy for you. I promise you, Phoenix Suns people, that it will not be easy to push the Pelicans out of the playoffs. You will have a dogfight on your hands, partner. So anyway, DC, we did that. Now, before we leave, I'm gonna give you an opportunity, fam, to kind of address the family members. If you got anything else to say before we close the stream.
Magical, man. I've seen somebody in the chat saying this is a movie. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it's looking like. And you said it best, man. There's no way this team is gonna get moved out of the playoffs without a fight, man. You got to think these playing games. When I first heard they were doing that, I was like, man, what is the NBA doing? We're gonna have a tournament inside the season and all of this. I didn't know how to feel about it. But man, this is not just for us, just those games, period, man. It seemed to be huge boost. I think it was a little bit of an advantage, to be honest, of bringing us up to speed on a playoff atmosphere and what it would be like. And I think us not being afraid and us not kind of folding in the moment, I think those games had something to do with it. You know, because if you got a coach like Willie, which I'm sure he tells them, you know, this is a 1-game series, you know, in the play-in, and then you get to the playoffs, you'd be like, look, guys, the hardest part is over. We just played 1-game eliminations game. We won that. Now you have games. If you lose, we still get to play. So there's no pressure. Just go out there and execute. And you go from that to this, it's almost like, I think, a little easier. than a team that's just new to the whole thing and they go fresh in the playoffs. And especially the teams that we played with the Spurs that really did want it, just better than them and the Clippers, who gave us a goddamn run for our money. I mean, we played high level basketball before we ever made it to the playoffs. So that is a major thing, man. And we're looking to go down in history, man, because you do this, what you did tonight, you beat them on their home floor. You go home, you win games at home that will be easier than the game tonight, mind you. With rest, you know what I mean? With the opportunity of possibly Zion playing next series or whatever. It's just so many things to be happy about, to feel good about. And this team is so humble and hard working. I really don't see them like choking. You know what I mean? They work too hard. Like they want it too bad. Like if you beat them, you got to earn it. Okay, you beat them. You were the better team, but they're not going to give it away. They're not. They're not, man. I know Phoenix want it bad too, but this team is hungry and it's led by that man right there that you saw put up on the screen, because those guys are playing for him. And the thing I love the most when I watch my team is when they pan over to Willie Green and he looks poised, under control, and like he know what the hell he do. You know what I mean? He has the composure of somebody that has it all together, knows what's going on, and you see that displayed in the team. Me and Big Q would talk so much about Alvin Gentry, and when we had Stan Van Gundy, how the team takes on the identity of the coach. I don't see a better example of that than this team, man. It's crazy how poised those guys are, how much it seems like no moment rattles them. They just keep it together. You obviously can see they get nervous, times get rough, but they keep it together, man, and they stick together and they fight through it all. And it's an amazing thing to watch, man. And I wish I could put a damn jersey on and go suit up Friday. Go play in the blender, man. It's gonna be a hell of an atmosphere. This is gonna be big for the Pels, man. Probably the biggest playoff game in history since maybe that Spurs game we had, other than 2018, obviously. But when we played the Spurs with the CP3 Hornets, you know what I mean? Man, we got a chance to make history because we're able to beat Phoenix. I mean, this is gonna go down in the history books forever. And then what we gonna do after that, because we see where this team is headed. You get Zion back next year. Let's say we go on a hell of a run. Zion will never come back. Whether we win it all or we get out in the second round or whatever, you still got to understand, man. Big fella coming back next year. We got a draft pick from the Lakers that's going to be top 10. You know what I mean? You're going to have free agents like somebody in the chat was saying that's going to want to come here now. The hard part is over, family. We've been pushing that damn boulder up the hill. That shit then got to rolling now. It's all downhill and enjoying Pelicans basketball as a Pelicans fan from this day forward, man. It's been a tough ass journey, and we can just enjoy it now, man. Feel good about our team, support them the same way we've been, but it gets a whole lot easier for us and for the players after moments like tonight.
Yeah, well said, DC. This is gonna be fun, man. This is gonna be fun, epic level.
Right.
Fun, man. The reality at the end of the day.
Forgot about KLJ. That's right, Aunt. KLJ too. Forgot about him, man. Sorry, Big Q.
Nah, it's all good, fam. All right, let's give a shout out to brother B Thomas. They said they don't understand the grind this team has been through this year. They're not getting out of the playoffs without a fight. Appreciate you, brother B Thomas,
Right.
and I'm with you on that, bro. Absolutely, man. The Pelicans, it's a grind. It's that love thing, man, and they fight for each other, and that's something that Coach Willie said that he was going to do when we played him on the introductory press conference. He said that he wants to love on the players and create a doc, and we did the whole thing and had I didn't, we ain't have Willie on the show in a while. DC, been a while since we talked to Willie on the show.
Well, he can't put no rain out, so Nah, well, I think
Not that Willie.
Willie said
Not that Willie.
he
Not
had to
that
work.
Willie. Coach Willie. We had Coach
Oh,
Willie
Coach
on
Willie.
the show along early in the season, remember? And
Yeah,
Coach
that's right.
Willie was giving us the game, man. We, a lot of people was listening, some people wasn't, but sometimes some people, they got to be showing it. So Coach Willie, we might make him, come back up on the show, DC, so he can kind of
And you
speak
know
to
it's
that.
real when you got a line of cavalry in here. Well done, Pels fan from Grizzly Kingdom. Big
All
win.
right. All right.
Man,
Thank
it's
you,
getting
Lions of
real when
Cavalry.
you're getting props from your rivals, man. Appreciate that line of
All
cavalry.
right. Yeah, that's gonna be a great rivalry in the near future between the Pels and the Grizzlies.
And Big Q. And we also gotta say we want to build a family atmosphere and have organic, sustainable winning. Well, goddamn, Q. Well, goddamn, bro. The octopus actually said some shit that wasn't a lie, Q. And it's going to be organic. It won't be conventional.
Truth
it
is,
be GMO. It will be organic.
Well, organic indeed, because that's what Willie is. So what he said originally several years ago, it done manifested in Willie. So props to the octopus for getting out the way and letting Swin and Tranger, who's the general manager, handle the business of development of players and coaches. So, this is finally materializing because everybody is in their lane and everybody is in their role and nobody's overlapping onto some right. Everybody's in their lane. And that was the imbalance that we was having, and the pressure and the flame kind of got guys where they belong here. So we got the balancement what we need. And so, yes, truth and this is the thing, and this is true.
That is blasphemous, Michael. Will Guillory is already on the show, obviously. I don't know why you would say something like that. That's retarded. That's retarded, bro. Moving on.
Not one laugh over here.
Appreciate you, Manny Branch.
Appreciate you, Manny.
The $20, brother. DC was about to make me cry off that speech. I'm glad I could give you some inspiration, dog.
Thought you about to make you cry off of that joke.
Me cry watching them, man.
I thought DC was about to make you cry for that lame joke.
Oh, but the family don't seem to think it's lame. They obviously believe it's hilarious.
PK said crickets. All right, so with that
Big Q don't like to laugh at himself, family. He can't take jokes very well all the time.
All right, so with that being said, fam,
especially when it come about his alter ego and what he really do when he not podcasting.
I'm writing articles from The Athletic. Is that what it is? Man, don't look nothing like me, bro. Cut it out. With that being said, fam,
I won't believe it until we get both of y'all in the same place at the same time.
All right, so with that being said, we're gonna clock out on that. DC talking crazy again. When we'll be back, family, Friday. We'll be back Friday to talk about the Pelicans matchup, man. It's gonna be fantastic, man. This is what we all been talking about all season long. The Pelicans are in the playoffs, and we're gonna have a fantastic time, man, watching the Pelicans, man, in this matchup, man. Pelicans, your Pelicans. That's right. Your Pelicans, the same Pelicans that people sit on their ass and talk about the Pelicans ain't going nowhere, that they're a lottery team. This team is 1-1 with the Suns, the best team in the NBA record-wise, 64 wins. We're neck and neck with them right now. 2 games in the Smoothie King Center. Your Pelicans. It's us against the world, fam. And what's that hashtag, DC? Pelicans fly high together. That's been the
Pelicans,
hashtag.
we fly together, yeah.
Fly together. So that's been the thing. We've been keeping it strong all season long, family, and handling business, man. Pelicans fly together. That's our hashtag. So with that being said, we're going to move out on that. Please feel free to hit the like button, family. If you didn't hit the like button, hit the like button for us. Also, feel free to subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and feel free to share the show links on your social media feed with other Pelican faithful, man. It's a very exciting time to be a Pelicans family member. And, man, we feeling
appreciate y'all in the flock, too, man, for showing up, bringing the energy, man. Like Big Q always say, it wouldn't be much but just 2 people going crazy talking to their goddamn self without y'all. So
that's what I was
appreciate everybody in the flock, man. Love the energy. And we gonna get it Friday, man. We gotta show up and show out Friday, family.
All right, fam. With that being said, we're gonna holler at y'all later. Go Pels.
Go
Peace.
Pels.
You're listening to the Pelicans post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and who that too. TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com.